All right, looks like the players are loaded in.
And we are getting things underway. Put your predictions in the chat. Do you believe it is going to be Sonix or Goblin that is going to take this and solidify themselves into top 8?
And these two have definitely played a lot, especially in these times. Both these guys, no stranger to these top 8, top 16 matches in these Wi-Fi tournaments.
And like the neutral stage that they are starting on, no one inherently getting an advantage. You wouldn't believe that though if you're watching the way Sonix is playing. 76% before Goblin finally got one hit on him. And even then it was exactly only one hit. He's at 113. He might actually lose his stock. No, he doesn't. Narrowly evading that forward there. Forward smash from Sonix.
Another rough situation. Higher percents that just gets more and more dangerous.
But let's not forget that Roy hits very, very hard, and I love that conversion from Sonix. Wow. Because he covered for the lower area, and then he had a backer just kind of like, hey, just in case you're up here because you avoided, the spring, I'm going to have this backer waiting for you.
Yeah, covering so many of Goblin's options right there. And now this is Sonix licking his chops, knowing exactly what's coming. Goblin has to work his way in, and he has to do it on Sonix's terms.
Absolutely. We have seen this story many, many times if you have been watching Sonix play their matches. Once they get a lead, it is an entirely different match, but Sonix is not quite working out for him as Goblin, is still at 0%. Has Sonix in kill range for sure. I think if he didn't actually go for that air dodge reach, he would have actually eliminated that stock had he just grabbed back air early on the left side of the stage. But Goblin's still in a decent position.
Yep. Even better now as he finds the forward tilt to take away that stop.
Absolutely. Only 34%, not too bad by any means. Roy can make up that damage very, very easily. Whether it's a straight up air to start a conversion, whether it's a jab, a plethora of tools.
Finds an out shield punish, Junior dash attack to low profile. Sonix finding more and more.
Like that straight hit, tries to punish the landing, not able to find its mark, but taking at least some stage control. Whatever that means when you're fighting against the Sonic.
It means whatever the Sonic lets it mean, to be real. The character can just take back stage control so quickly.
And I do like what Goblin's doing right now. Instead of trying to just challenge the spin dash straight up, he's actually backing up first to make it a bit easier, giving him more time to react appropriately to what Sonic doing. And it's working. He has Sonic's at 106%. Will he be able to find his killing blow right now? That's something to still be discussed. But he at least has that option.
Yeah, he almost did with that side B. The Goblin is having more of his hits connect, especially when Sonix is trying to approach the spin dash. And he's just keeps on checking him down. It's the back air. Gets a call out, takes away the stock, and Sonix taking a second to recompose himself.
And, just fantastic back air that Goblin actually found right there. Not sure exactly what he scouted out, but he was in the right place at the right time. Unfortunately for Sonix, that did not bode well for him. Now that Goblin doesn't have to strictly fight, Sonix recognizing that. You saw him go for a couple of spin dashes, and when Goblin didn't commit, he said, alright, let me just run in your face, let me go for a grab. Because clearly you're not going to give me a free opening.
Yeah, the Goblin looking more and more confident. When you start to see the up B out of shield, he's definitely feeling he's feeling himself right there.
You might want to stop feeling yourself, bro. You just did two that got punished back to back. Calm down. Please, lad. That was a little tricky right there, actually. Both parts of those were tricky. Fantastic recovery, though, from Goblin. Going slightly past the ledge, making sure he wasn't going to have to worry about that forward smash from Sonix. At 137, but if he plays it safe, it'd be very difficult for Sonic to actually find a killing blow. Hold your shield. The worst thing he can do to you is grab. You're not going to ever die to that when fighting Sonic. And see, Goblin is fully aware. Touch his shield, took a good 15 to 20% from that up B. And Goblin just doing exactly what he needs to do. If he can pretty much get Sonic to that 60 to 70% mark before dying, just start off a fresh stock and already have his opponent covered.
Or just kill him right there because you're Roy with max rage right now.
That sounds nice, but I think my man Sonic's gonna get that opening. I'm not too.
I'm not gonna give it for free, but Goblin.
Oh, speaking of
misses
openings,
it.
man, Goblin was like, yo, here's a door and I'm gonna hold it open for you. And Sonic said, please and thank you. Shielded that, got the free smash attack, and then to tie up the stock count, and only a 15% lead right now for Goblin. Able to punish that neutral B. That is something that a lot of people aren't aware of, is that homing attack is actually punishable on shield with an aerial.
Yeah, you got to know which aerial, like almost in advance, but it's possible.
For sure. You have to know in advance, but I want to say as long as you have a 6 or 7 frame aerial, you can punish it reliably. And he did that by my friend Sonix a little bit too late to get that spring out in time. Goblin getting another chance to play the game.
Just for now. And the way the Sonix is playing, he's not trying to overcommit on anything. About a minute, 20 seconds left on the clock, so he's bringing the timer into play as a win condition. So the pressure just mounting on Goblin.
What's wild is that, you know, traditionally this is what you see Sonic actually do. When they get the lead, they, you know, become a lot more defensive in their options. They try to play it safe, but for Sonic, that's how the Goblin's actually getting back into this. You know, whenever Sonix has been fighting and applying pressure, he's actually been winning the exchanges against Goblin, like he's doing right now.
He tried to end that man's whole career. That down air connected, that would have swung everything in his favor. I mean, the game would have been done. Free.
Oh, wait a second. To see exactly how this is going to end up as we're approaching 30 seconds into this match. Sonic being very, very evasive, but you are at 75%. The timer won't matter if Goblin gets his hands on you, and he might just do that. Goes deep for it. Sonic does make it back for the moment, and Goblin bets it all, but still doesn't die. Has at least one more chance to go out and attack. We're going to see the Goblin keep by.
If you can get off the ledge, a miracle might happen. Beyond max rage, Sonic is at those scary percents. Jabbed back there by the ledge, and Goblin found 2 star spot back here.
Oh my god. That's how he lost it, because he had to air dive.
He had to. He was too low.
Yeah. Wow.
What was that? 5 seconds left on the clock.
Training
5 seconds.
From the death. So what I was actually going to mention earlier, if you actually go rewatch that match, the majority of the damage that Goblin took was actually when Sonix was engaging, when he was pressuring Goblin, when he was choosing to fight. However, you know, when he was choosing to be defensive, when he was choosing to run, that's how Goblin got back into it. And right here, you see it. There's the air dodge. There's the perfectly timed neutral B. And there's the victory from Goblin. 5 seconds and 5.83 seconds left on the clock. That is what decided who won and lost.
That timing was so good.
Wow. But
can't get over that. That was so sick.
I do think that that's something to kind of just bring back to the drawing board, is that, hey, you're winning when you're fighting. We know what they say to do with Sonic. We know you're very evasive. We know it's very difficult to catch your character. However, if you are winning by, you know, pressing the timing of the game, you know, you're the one dictating the pace, maybe you should do that. Maybe you should kind of throw that normal rule book out and say, let's fight, because that's when I was winning. That's when I had my biggest lead. How about I don't be defensive, because that's only giving me more time to find openings.
Yeah. Oh no. This could be bad. Okay, he's fine. But still, go into FD counter picks, so no platforms in the way. Just a straight flat stage. And that's pretty much what Sonic loves. Well, not best, but he definitely likes it a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's weird because it's one of those stages where it's like Sonic generally like this stage. However, you don't have platforms to really mix up your landing options nearly as much. It's kind of a double-edged sword, if you will.
Alright, and Sonic's, I mean, adopting his game plan that he had near the end of game 1 a lot earlier, using that lead, hanging back, and forcing Goblin to commit to something like that forward smash. I like that a lot, yep.
Yeah, play the right side of that stage. Got a couple buttons like, hey, I'm gonna stand in and I'm gonna see what you do. How do you react? Because that move is so quick that you can't particularly react to it. Like, you don't get to see the move and then see what Sonic is doing and then choose an option. It's more like once he releases it, you can kind of prepare to choose your option. So Sonix is using that to his advantage. just doing a move in neutral and seeing how Goblin reacts and then choosing when to engage based on that.
Yep. And Sonix gets away. Oh no, no tech. But Goblin, again, looking for something that wasn't quite there. I like that he's still going for those resets. Because he only has to be right once to swing the entire game on the side.
And this is kind of where I'm talking about, you know, where you see Sonix is winning when he is choosing to engage, but the defensive plays is giving Goblin openings. And because where it's so hard, you know, every opening is that much more impactful. Terrifying to get up 105 to 142.
What a spot dodge. He knew the exact time that was going to come out. Another sour spot.
Yeah. Goblin really could use that lead. Aerial, and it hit him, and that was indeed enough. Sonix moving up 3 stocks to his moment. Yes, he's at 114, but, you know, the stock was always the big. Oh, it's so sneaky. He still got hit with the up air, but it was still very sneaky by Sonix.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a sign that those two have played a fair bit.
And just getting up so aggressively. You see the tech? He's like, yo man, Sonic got some tricks too. You didn't know I could do this. Coming up on the other side of the stage. Surprise! I didn't go see it.
Yeah, it was a very smart play because it plays to his win condition too. I think Sonix right now is playing for the timer. Not strictly for the timer, but if Goblin gives him the opportunity, yeah, he's just stacking the cards in his favor. Nice new player though. And yeah, Sonix, again, trying to poke his head above the ledge, trying to find a cheeky hit to relieve some of that pressure, but Goblin always has a hitbox out there.
Absolutely. And you were saying he's trying to stack the cards in his favor. Unfortunately, that river did not help out Sonix that much. Goblin definitely won that hand, but it's still trailing. You know, yeah, you're down 60%, now 67, now 76. You might lose your stock. Sonix a little bit late on that forward smash. I think he was trying to decide, did he want to go for the spring or did he want to go for a forward smash? He ended up not hitting with anything.
They're going to connect though. And dropping low with the down air, but Sonix has the vertical recovery to make that back pretty much for free.
I am loving what I'm seeing, but you know, Sonix just did so much damage by applying the pressure. That seems to be really how he stops Goblin. Is he brings the fight to Goblin, Goblin not having an answer, and Goblin dropping his stock because of it. 2 stocks to 1. This is a commanding win for Sonix. I hope he keeps it up for his sake.
Yeah. He's doing an excellent job of getting off the ledge too. Goblin not able to find, you know, much of a wall there. And now, yep, he's definitely playing for a timeout unless Goblin, you know, approaches and takes that risk.
I mean, you won't play for a timeout again. You saw what just happened, man.
That's true, but if you do it a bit better? Just a bit, because he almost had that.
That is true. I'm kind of liking the mix up of aggressive and defensive options from Sonix this time around. Not choosing only one. Uh-oh. Let's take it back. Good stuff right there. The left side of the stage, Goblin struggling to hit this pinball that just won't stop moving.
Yeah, every single time Goblin tries to approach, Sonix takes steps back, spin dashes, and either aids something out or just goes right through and resets the situation. Ultimate game of cat and mouse. Will that be it though? Yes, that is enough, and Sonix looking so good in that game too.
Absolutely. Getting those conversions time and time again, he's taken so many stocks with forward airs. So,
and I'm being real, Sonix, like, when he has a lead, he's just straight up not trying to, like, scrap.
I mean, I'm trying to fight either. It's always a very interesting thing, you know, when you see, you know, I guess other competitors, sometimes viewers, are just kind of not a huge fan of defensive play, but it's a win condition, and logically speaking, when you purely look at just the risk reward factor, the best way to stay risk free is to not, you know, choose an aggressive option, because you can still shield, you can spot dodge, you can roll, you know. So from an objective standpoint, it's generally always the best to choose to be defensive. Make your opponent, have to approach. Make him have to open himself up. Because at the end of the day, it's spot dodge. Oh, say it again?
I said I disagree about the objective part, but it's definitely a valid win condition.
We will have that discussion another time. I will point it out.
I mean, especially for Sonic, and right now, I mean, it's working out in his favor, tying up the step.
Definitely the case, but back to PS2, this is, if I'm not mistaken, where game number 1 was played and where Goblin actually won.
Oh, he misinputted. That's first hit of side B was guaranteed supposed to be enough. And that actually might have lost him the game. I don't know, like, especially that early. It's going to be a tall order to make a comeback happen because Sonix defaulted back to his game plan that we saw at the end of game 2. Just going coast to coast, right to left. Spin dash in, spin dash out. It's a strong low chart plan.
Yeah, definitely. It's almost, did you ever play basketball?
A little bit.
Did they ever make you do suicides at practice?
Oh, yeah. Then I stopped playing basketball.
So if you don't know what that is, that's when you actually run from one end of the court to the other. And then you have to run down to like the foul line and then back to the end of the court. And then the three-point line, the end of the court, then the half-court line. And you just do it over and over and over. And that's exactly what Sonix is doing. He's doing a basketball practice routine in a match. Mm-hmm. He's running over from the right side to the left side, from the right side over to the end of the Pokeballs, from the right side to the half court, and it's working out, panning out. Goblin struggling to keep up.
Good high
when I say he's struggling to keep up, it's just because it's such a difficult strategy to defeat. I mean, he's doing better than everyone else has so far. It's already 1-1, and Sonix made it this far for a reason. But it does only take one hit, as we have mentioned many, many times. And that was the one hit that Goblin needed to at least get off that first stock of Sonix.
All right, good start. Opening him up with the uppy out shield. And Goblin's starting to go a little bit nutty with those. Maybe still playing confident despite him being on the back foot. And Sonix approaching a bit more this time around. Slow it down again. And the Nair not going to be quite enough.
And I do like the confidence that Goblin is still playing with. Because, it's so difficult to win when you don't believe in yourself anymore. You start second guessing, you stop making the options and the reads that got you to where you were.
I don't know. Okay, that's
spring part 3, and he still makes it back.
Is that it? Yeah, that's gonna be it. All right, and I mean, all things considered, Goblin's like keeping pace, but then the pace was already stacked in favor of Sonix. But that confirmed was actually disgusting.
That was so needed right there. That may have actually have been the blow that potentially gets him back in this round.
All right, if Goblin can hit this ledge trap, we might have ourselves a real game.
Trying to find it. Sonix desperately trying to avoid the killing blow from Goblin and not able to do it as Goblin scouts it out, runs up on him. Yo. Roy always keeps that thing on, alright, man?
Always. Ye old strap. And I mean, that's the thing that keeps him back into the game. He SC'd at like, what, 30% in the first minute?
Low.
Yeah. And now Sonix showing that he has aggression and defense.
Did he really attack the spring? Was that on purpose? What did the spring do to you? Actually, the spring is not a lot.
The spring did a lot to him.
I understand. There's a lot of pent-up anger.
I hit that joint like at least 9 times.
93 to 24. You gotta imagine Sonix isn't going to place for the clutch at this moment. I mean, can he? Yes. But your opponent's at 106%. There's almost 2 minutes left. He finds that backer he's been searching for so many times. And Sonix is gonna move up.
Y'all were saying Sonix was lame. All right. Y'all awake now? That last stock was him just going in. Showing that, he's not a one-trick pony. You got offense, you got defense, you got the full package. It's just what you choose. And so much of the other games, Sonic had the luxury of being able to be defensive, but that time around, you decide to finish his plate, switch up Goblin a little bit, and he's going to take a solid lead right now. He's 2-1 in the set, best of 5. So if he wins this, moving on into top 8.
3, 2, 1,
We go running right back to PS2.
Yeah, and so close to doing it. Of course, you gotta imagine Goblin is not going to gift him a stock like he did last game with that unintentional missed input. So Sonix is gonna have to work for it, but he's already done it once before, and he's one game away from doing it again. Oh, I love that conversion right there from Goblin. Wasn't able to get much more off of it, but it was still so nice after that down there. Having trap at the ledge. Tried to go for the hard read, but I love the discipline actually from Sonix coming in right there. So many times you feel like you need to air dodge onto the stage, and that's what Goblin was betting. But Sonix saying, you know, I'll stay off stage with just a jab. I'm not going to die if you hit me with the back here, but I will die if I air dodge into an F smash.
Yeah, double edge chance going to come through though. Sonix taking his time off stage. The ledge trapping from Goblin is looking really good this game.
Yeah, I mean, if your opponent wants to stay over on the sides, make them pay for it. Forward air is going to come out, one spring, not able to find its mark, trying to keep up the pressure. And this first stock is going to be huge for whichever player gets it. So you see him trying to, he is trying to bait out something from Goblin. Man, jumped out his shield 3-4 times.
And again, Goblin coming up with the double edge dance. Sonix looking like he just doesn't quite have an option to punish it.
Hey, my man, I'm gonna be real with you. You can hold your shield. Like, that's a great way to punish it. Harry opts the roll to just take control of the entire stage.
Oh, another double edge dance. That one's a sour spot. Even though it didn't kill, still puts him in a really compromising spot. And what does Sonix have to finish his plate? Great drift from Goblin.
And spot dodge F tilt. Goblin taking that first stop. And wow, at the up smash, and that came off of him playing around with the shield. We saw it earlier on the left side of the stage where Sonix kind of jumped in the shield 3-4 times. And I guess that was all information that he used on the right side of the stage. Like, hey, you're on the platform, let me jump with the shield. It's going to get a little smaller, and here's an up smash waiting for you.
I almost forgot that Sonix had that move. I think that was the first time we saw it this set.
Is that like the only... I think he has, what, 2 moves that are balls that aren't spin dash and dash attack? Like,
yeah.
His nair and his up smash. Force smash connection. This could be huge. Gets the spring out there. The force smash again not connecting. Sonix keeps going for it, and you know, it is really a good idea, but he's just not able to find the spacing to hit Goblin.
That time it was because Goblin drifted back a little bit, just a hair.
Goblin's always drifted back a hair.
No,
one more hair than Sonix takes every time. Hit him with that nair, good stuff. Stuck on the ledge, and you gotta imagine the jab's about to come through, and it does, followed by the back air, and all of a sudden, Goblin finding himself in a fantastic position to bring this to a game number 5.
Especially if you can get some pressure going. Sonix trying to ice him a little bit. Now it's his turn to approach, and he's shown in the last game that he's totally able to do it. It's when he decides to do it is the real X factor, and it adds so much more fatigue to the set.
Yeah, he's still got that carry off. Goblin, I'm loving it. Kind of backs up and decides, hey, how do I react? I was just about to say, fantastic job of not taking any risk, but he took exactly 1 risk, and he may have died for it. No, because he saves his jump, has their dodge. All his resources were indeed not used up.
And again, I mean, Goblin keeps on pressing forward, but Sonix still hanging out. Always putting second, but always connecting.
Yeah, definitely playing it out. Gonna do the back row. No spring this time. Feel like maybe a straight forward air is gonna come through from Sonix. Spin dash into it would be nice as well, but aside from that, you gotta imagine how is he really gonna take this stock?
Forward tilt, it's pretty active, but now Goblin able to sneak his way back on again at 190%. Forward tilt, even coast to coast. And Sonix is trying to find anything, even a grab to do it. I think up throw might be able to take away a stop.
I think so at this point. If you can get your hands on him again. I mean, at this point, maybe Goblin's playing the clock.
That's true. I mean, if Sonix, like, if it happens, Sonix kind of is doing it to himself. He could approach a bit more aggressively.
And Nair? Of all things, he just ran up to him and did a nair in his face, and that's how the stock disappeared.
Hey man, 200, you don't need much.
A little less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Last stock each, 28 on one, 0 on the other. This can potentially come down to time. Right now, though, I mean, Goblin is trying to, advance, trying to apply some pressure. I can't tell if he actually wants to hit Sonix, or if he just wants to make it so that Sonix won't essentially hit him. And these are just defensive attacks in his face.
I feel like they're more defensive attacks because if Sonix gets a good string and puts them like above 60, I think we can go to time and it's more in Sonic's favor.
Wow, shielded in his face and actually didn't go for a punish. Sonic doesn't land on the ground from homing attack. You have a lot of time to actually hit him. Intercepted again. These homing attacks not panning out. 55 seconds left on the clock. Goblin does indeed have Sonix, though, in kill range. That is for damn sure. 80's put on him. Side B can do it. Jab the backer, not quite yet. I think Sonic's a bit too heavy for it. But side B F smash definitely can do it. Either of them. Goblin covering that platform, trying to stay safe, knowing he only has to wait an additional 30 seconds to take this over Sonix.
It's not much longer. And Goblin, yeah, he hung out on the platform for a little bit, but now this could be bad. That's a lot of damage.
Oh my god, that whole lead. You were playing the clock, you were playing for time, and now your lead is gone. And Sonix, there's 10 seconds left, 96 to 87. He only has to get one more hit, and he does just that, but he's still down by 4%. Does the spring hit? The spring hits, and he is winning, and he just defeated Goblin. If he stalls it out, and Goblin fully aware there is no way to catch him, and he wins by exactly 3%. Goblin going for the timeout, but Sonic's playing his hand a little bit better, and he's going to advance into winner's play. I'm sorry, in the top 8, a winner's side. Wow.
Goblin had that. He had a massive lead at 30 seconds left.
Wow.
What happened? What the hell happened?
The defensive attacks, I guess, stopped. Sonic's got one opening, and he essentially 0 to 76%ed him off of one opening. That made it so he was only down by 4%, and yes, Goblin got a straight hit afterwards, but Sonic's got 2. Then Goblin got 1, then Sonic's got another, and just narrowly winning by 3%. There was I think 6 seconds, 5 seconds left after that 3% lead came in. That's crazy. Wow, that was wild.
He approached. Why did he? What happened? Why was he in that situation? It was 5 seconds. I'm so. Chat is so mad. I can see y'all. Yes, please.
That was wild.
I'm mad.
That was wild.
All right. So Sonic's progressing into winner side, top 8, 3-1. Scores are reversed right there, but yeah, Sonic's still good.
2 Sonics. Sonix with a C, actually, in top 8. We already have 1, but Supergirl Kells is still in it, and Supergirl Kells is going up against the Buzz, which if she wins that, we will have 2 Sonics in top 8.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's very, very, very possible. Supergirl Kells has been